Hello, I'm Josh Heap, and I will be performing Alan from a play called Equus by Peter Shaffer.
That's what you want to know, isn't it? Alright. It was talking about a beach when I was a kid. The one I was talking about before. The fella took me, pushed me forward on the horse. There was sweat on my legs from his neck. The fella held me tight and let me turn the horse whichever way I wanted. Can you imagine all that power going whichever way you wanted? And then suddenly I was on the ground where my dad put me. Could have bashed him. There was something else. When the first horse came in, I looked into his mouth. It was bloody huge. This chain in his mouth. And then the rider pulled it really hard, and this cream dribbled out and dripped all over the ground. And I asked it, "Does it hurt?" And he said, the horse said, it was all the same after that. Every time I heard one clopping about, no matter where it was, up a country lane, anywhere, I would run to it. I was pulled towards them. Couldn't help myself. Couldn't take my eyes off them. Just to watch their skins, the way their necks twist against the strain. The sweat shines in their folds. I can't remember when it started. Yes, I do. Mum was talking about a horse named Prince that only one man could ride. Or the white horse in Revelations. He that sat upon him, called Faithful and True. Yeah. His eyes were as flames of fire, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. Words like stirrup, reins. Flanks! Yeah, flanks, that was it. His charger dug his stirrups into his flanks, something like that. Even the words made me feel... For years I wouldn't tell anyone, especially not Mum. She was more of the etiquette type of woman. She liked bowler hats and jodhpurs. My grandfather dressed for the horse, she said. Dress for the horse? What does that even mean? Horse ain't dress. It's the most naked thing you've ever saw. More so than a dog or a cat. Even the most oldest nag still has their life. To put bowler hats on is bloody filthy. It's the most inspiring thing you've ever saw. But putting them through their paces is bloody gymkhanas. No one understands. Except cowards. They do. They're free. Oh, I'd love to be a cowboy. I bet they're all orphans. I bet they are. Yeah. No one tells them, "Receive my message." Now, you wouldn't dare say that to a cowboy. All this shit about God. My mum's always went on about God. God always sees you, Alan. He's got his eyes everywhere. No, that's it. I've had it and done. You can't whistle for me anymore. And sing. Okay. The next one is Dr. Faustus from... I'm not sure about the play or the playwright. And I do have it here somewhere. Okay. Faustus, now hast thou been one bare hour to live. Stand still, your ever-moving spheres of heaven, that time may cease and midnight never come. fair nature's eye, rise, rise again, and make perpetual day. Or let this hour be but a year, a month, a week, a natural day, that Faustus may repent and save his soul. O lente, lente, currite noctis equi. Stars move still, time runs, the clock will strike, the devil will come, and Faustus must be damned. Oh, leap up to my God, who pulls me down. See, see, where Christ's blood streams in the firmament. One drop shall save my soul, half a drop. Ah, Christ. Ah, rend not my heart for naming of my Christ. Yet I will call on him. Oh, spare me, Lucifer. Where is it now? 'Tis gone. See, where God stretches out his arm and bends his ireful brows. Mountains and hills, come, come, and fall upon me, and hide me from the heavy wrath of God. No, 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 no. Then will I headlong run into the earth. Earth gape. Oh no, it will not harbour me. Your stars that reigned at my nativity, whose influence hath allotted me death and hell, now draw up fast as like a foggy mist into the entrails of yon labouring clouds, that when you vomit forth into the air, my limbs may issue from your smoky mouths, so that my soul must ascend to heaven. Now half is the hour past, to be past anon. Oh God, if thou wilt not have mercy on my soul, yet for Christ's sake, whose blood hath ransomed me, impose some end to my incessant pain. 100,000 years I have lived. Oh, no end is limited to damned souls. Why wert thou not a creature wanting soul? Or why is this immortal that thou last? Pythagoras' metempsychosis, were that true, this soul should fly from me, if I be changed unto some brutish beast. All beasts are happy, for when they die, their souls are soon dissolved into elements. But mine must live to be plagued in hell, cursed by the parents that endangered me. But mine must live to be plagued in hell. No! Faustus, cast thyself, cast Lucifer! Thou hast deprived me of joy of heaven! Oh, it strikes twice, it strikes now! Body, turn to the air. Oh, Lucifer will bear thee quick to hell. Oh, soul, be changed into little water drops and fall into the ocean, never be found. My God, look so fierce not on me. Adders and serpents, let me breathe a while. Ugly hell, gape not, come not, Lucifer. I'll burn my books. And scene again. This next play is Laureate from Two Men, Verona, which is by William Shakespeare. When a manservant shall play the cur with him, it gets hard. One that I brought up a puppy, one that I saved from drowning when 3 or 4 of his blind brothers and sisters went to it. I have taught him, even as one would say, precisely. Thus I would teach a dog. I was sent to deliver him as a present to Mistress Sylvia from my master. And I came no sooner into the dining chamber, but he steps me to her trencher and steals her capone's leg. 'Tis a foul thing when a cur cannot keep himself in all companies. I would have, as one should say, one takes upon him to be a dog indeed. To be, as it were, a dog at all things. If I had been hanged for it, Sure as I live, he'd suffer for it. You should judge. He thrust himself into the company of 3 or 4 gentleman-like dogs under the Duke's table. He had not been there, bless the mark, a pissing while, but all the chamber smelt him.
"Out with the dog,"
says one.
"What cur is that?"
Says another.
"Whip him out,"
Says the third.
"Hang him up,"
Says the Duke. I, having been acquainted with the smell before, knew it was Crab, and goes me to the fellow that whips the dogs. "Friend," quoth I, "you mean to whip the dog?" "Aye, marry him do I," quoth he. "You doing more wrong," quoth I. "'Twas I did the thing, you what of?" Makes no more ado, but whips me out of the chamber. How many masters would do this for his servant? Nay, I'll be sworn I have sat in the stockings for puddings he hath stolen. Otherwise he'd been executed. I have stood in the pillory of geese he hath killed. Otherwise he'd have suffered for it. Thou thinkst not of this now? Nay, I remember the trick you served me when I took my leave of Madam Sylvia. Did not bid thee still mark and do me as a favour? When dost thou still heave up my leg and water against the gentlewoman's farthingale? Didst thou ever see me do such a trick? And sing.
No clapping, please.